Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Search Unify's fortnightly podcast series, The Customer Service Show. The first season of our show is all about premium support. And I'm your host, Meenakshi Arora, Head of Marketing at Search Unify. And I'm delighted to have you all here today. Season 1 has been a thrilling ride until now, where we have covered a range of topics all related to premium support, from understanding the basics to diving deep into the pricing strategies and financial aspects. If you have missed any of our previous episodes, you can revisit them at www.searchunify.com. And as we come close to the culmination of our first season, we would love to hear from you. In our upcoming 7th and final episode to be aired on October 12th, we are hosting an Ask Me Anything session. And me, in this case, is none other than our own Patricia. You can send in your pressing questions on anything premium support via the form on our website or by email at customerserviceshow@searchunify.com. Our premium support expert Patricia will be here to provide answers. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And today in our 6th episode, we have something amazing in store for you. We are delving into the critical topic of premium support, tools, and technologies. And to discuss this topic in detail, we have joining us two amazing speakers. One, of course, I'm sure no prizes for guessing here, Patricia Lugizani. Patricia is a highly accomplished visionary professional with a distinguished career in building, revitalizing, and optimizing customer support, customer success, renewal sales, technical services, and sustaining engineering organizations to facilitate growth and customer retention. Formerly Group Vice President of Customer Experience at Marketo and Global Health of Support Strategy and Operations at Adobe, Patricia's consulting company, PL Support Solutions, focuses on customer success, premium support, and support optimization strategies. And also, Patricia is an executive advisor with Graziti Interactive. And also, we have today joining us Vishal Sharma, who is the CTO of Search Unify. He has more than a decade of experience in developing and deploying enterprise search solutions, optimizing CRM systems, and developing online communities. Having worked with stakeholders ranging from CTOs to VPs of customer success to community managers, he brings a unique perspective on the impact of cognitive search across all verticals of businesses. Welcome to the show, Vishal. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Happy to be here, Meenakshi, and thank you for the introductions. And congratulations to you, Patricia, for a super hit. I would say it's a fantastic series so far. And I think we're excited for the next season. Yeah.
Absolutely. Super. We are super excited. And now starting today's episode, in the world of customer service and support, providing exceptional assistance to your valued clients goes beyond the ordinary. It transcends the boundaries of standard support services and takes customer satisfaction to new heights. Central to premium support is a well-crafted framework, a blueprint that guides every aspect of the support journey, provides value at every touch point, and creates lasting impressions that extend far beyond issue resolution. And within this framework, the role of tools and technologies cannot be overstated. What makes this engine run? What propels it forward are the tools and technologies at its core. And these components are the gears that drive the premium support engine and the instrument that empowers support teams to deliver unparalleled service. So, Patricia, before we dive further into the details, like every time I'll ask you the same question. What are the key 3 or 4 takeaways that you would want our viewers to take away from today's episode?
Thanks, Meenakshi. Today, the key takeaways for our discussions are considerations for aligning your technology strategy with IT infrastructure, designing a multi-year system roadmap, highlighting premium experience to fund decisions, and understanding industry trends to continuously evolve and innovate.
Perfect. So these are the 4 things that you can all look forward to today. And thank you, Patricia, for sharing these. This definitely sounds great. And I'm sure our viewers are as excited as I am about today's episode. So, Patricia, you highlighted the importance of signing technology initiatives with a clear strategy and roadmap. What do you think? How can businesses effectively tie their technology investments back to their support strategy and overarching goals instead of pursuing trends for the sake of it?
Sure. As in any business, it's really important to set clear goals and target your business outcomes that you want to achieve. I always recommend adding scale as an ongoing support, as support is really a volume-based driven business, and process optimization has a large impact on cost savings. When reviewing technology, it's really easy to get distracted on the latest tools, something shiny, or pressures from internal noise. That's why it's really important to limit your ongoing projects, drive incremental enhancements, always validate new initiatives with your business goals. And as a profit center, highlighting premium support goals and outcomes will help you prioritize support automation initiatives within your company. Vishal, I really love your input on this as well. I'm sure you see a lot of customers setting goals and wanting to achieve certain outcomes when working with your Search Unified customers.
Sure. I think I just agree with you in terms of scale. That is absolutely very important when it comes to support. But I think before we get into that, for me personally, if you ask me, I think experience is very important, not just on the customer side, but also on the support agent side as well. Any new technology, new investments that you're doing, if they end up actually creating more trouble to the existing experience and that they're not really enhancing that experience, then it is going to be a big problem. So I think experience is the key. And as you rightly said, with all of these new technologies like LLMs and, in your words, I would say shiny tools coming into the picture, at times I've seen that you've not done your analysis of your current state and future state as well. And just because you have the approval on the budget for all these cutting edge technologies, it's very easy to get carried away. At times it's unfortunate. A few times we've seen it is more of a resume polishing as well. Like you just want to add that as part of your expertise, so you just deploy that technology. And which is why I think generally my advice would be to look at whether you need that as part of your current journey where you are, do that some sort of a impact analysis, and then move forward. The other important point that I can probably talk about in terms of especially technologies, that nowadays we're not working in silos. So when you go for any technology investment, it's important to understand how it connects with your existing system, right? There are like different softwares, tools, technologies you're already using. So you bring in a new system, you bring in a new technology, and you'll have to see if it is compatible with your existing system or not. And when I say that, it's not just about your current state, as I said, because in future, let's say 2 years down the line, you're thinking to just upgrade your CRM itself because you're not happy currently, or your ticketing system. So any new technology that you're bringing, you have to have that roadmap for another 3 to 5 years and see that if that is going to be compatible with your future roadmap of this whole support ecosystem or not. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, scale, integrations, if you can extend that or not, all of these things are very important. If I could share an example, I mean, few months ago, one of my customers was asking me that if I can help with choosing the right community platform. And for them, I think the time to value was an important thing at that point of time. Okay, we get something which is giving us a lot of things out of the box. You deploy that and you just launch the community and you're good, right? And 1 year down the line, when you wanted to extend the software, you're like stuck. No APIs, no SDKs. So the game is over, right? So it's very important you look at the future whenever you're making such investments. I mean, it's a long answer, but I hope I was able to just bring my point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very relevant, Vishal, and I think having your objectives clearly stated and that's really, really important. And Patricia, for your viewers, for our viewers, can you highlight that in general what support planning looks like and how it aligns with the operations part of it?
Sure. Thinking about support strategy, I usually try to break this down into annual or multi-year planning themes with operational initiatives. Planning can be categorized and aligned with company objectives in many ways. However, if we're evolving support over time, our primary mission should be to drive customer experience, and that can usually be achieved in the following ways. The first is business growth, which is really driving the growth in your premium support results, driving product adoption, and making sure you have a strong customer retention. Quality and scale is to focus on delivering great customer support and optimizing your processes, so balancing those two. For support, service and knowledge is super important. Making sure that you're delivering an effortless community and online experience with an easy to access and relevant and accurate information where customers can get their answers quickly.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least is employee engagement. As knowledgeable and happy team members will take great care of your customers. So this category includes all the employee programs to foster employee satisfaction and retention, such as training, career development, team building, and rewards and recognition. On the other hand, support operations is organized to execute on initiatives and keep the business moving forward. While team members assigned to support delivery can always participate in initiatives and drive the business decisions, it's important to have a designated team focused on project management, business reviews, and technology roadmaps.
Perfect, Patricia. And you also mentioned, the importance of aligning technology with customer experience. So can you provide some insights into how businesses can effectively plan their multi-year technology landscape to automate premium support while staying focused on delivering the desired customer experience and driving ongoing improvements?
Of course, if you followed along with our sessions, you've seen this multi-year technology model before. The key to success is making sure that you're focusing in on building a solid foundation with case management and customer tracking first. Once stabilized, adding enhancements such as personalized community workflows can improve that customer experience. As the ecosystem matures and the system supports an efficient workflow, continuous innovations such as external swarming or gamification can be added. In other words, start simple, stabilize, and evolve. Being able to articulate a short and long-term goals while delivering incremental enhancements will help you stay on track with your premium experience and optimization goals.
I love it, Patricia. Start simple, stabilize, and evolve. So, Patricia, for our audience today, can you share a quick snapshot of the technology ecosystem and its various elements which facilitate premium support at multiple levels and various forms?
Sure, I know this looks really complex, but zooming out and looking holistically at support technology ecosystem, it's important to note that we're using technology to facilitate the customer journey. Understanding how customers engage with a community and support workflow, mapping this to enabling technology will help us create a well-integrated end-to-end experience. So making sure that your experience is personalized, effortless, and engaging, that will help with customer satisfaction and keep your customers returning to your community. While not fully comprehensive, this framework can be used as a reference for maturing your support ecosystem. Vishal, Search Unify provides capabilities across the customer engagement journey. Can you talk about Search Unify and how support leaders can optimize online assisted workflow?
Sure. I think support has been part of our DNA, honestly. As part of the services business, we've spent a lot of time working with the support organizations, helping them optimize their workflows. And I think which is why when the product started, our approach towards the metrics and all of those things was very, very support centric. So we started as a federated search, but I'm very, very happy that at this point of time we've evolved as a complete cognitive platform for the modern support. And thank you for taking the time to highlight some of those areas as well, because it was like a little surprise to me as well that I can see my footprints almost at every place in the support technology ecosystem. You start from the content findability. We've been helping customers with not just the federated or the cognitive search, but also these cutting edge LLM-powered chatbots, or you talk about the whole game of ensuring that you have the right knowledge base in place and the KCS processes that you're trying to establish. There's a supporting technology as well. And we're doing some amazing work there as well by offering some applications like Nobbler, which is helping the customers to generate more knowledge pieces. In fact, one of the customer we were speaking to a few months ago, they were able to just increase the whole KB publish frequency by by about 50%. Similarly, I think Insight engine, I mean, providing those true customer 360-degree insights was always the core part of our Insight engine from day one. With the concepts like ecosystem, we've been able to tap all the different touch points of the customers on different web properties, and then make sure that there's a completely unified 360-degree picture we can pass to customer support agents before the case is being logged in. This is very helpful to the support agents. Similarly, I would say one other area where we've started getting into, I would say, and this is like very close to premium support as well, because at the end of the day, you would want to free up your experts and experienced support agents to do high touch interactions. And what we're doing is that we're trying to see how do we really free them up from these day-to-day stuff that they've been doing. And this is where stuff like automatic routing or predicting the escalations or setting the right priorities of the cases are a few areas we are running some implementations with our customers. So, I mean, honestly, I think from the self-service towards the agent side, almost everywhere we've started delivering values to our customers. But at the end of the day, despite having so many offerings, our thinking and mission, Patricia, always has been that it has to be very connected, it has to be very intelligent, personalized, and agile at the end of the day. So that has been the clear focus that all these things are, even if they are like deployed for multiple reasons, but they're still very, very connected. And in totality, you can see a lot of value. Yeah.
Perfect, Vishal. This is very, very informative. And so, Patricia, can you also share how important it is at the very onset to partner with internal IT teams and seek stakeholder alignment for premium support technology deployment?
Sure. Partnering with IT early is really important to make sure you can speed up your system's rollout. Budget tracking and the degree of ownership may vary from company to company. However, most companies do have an IT roadmap, common tools, a steering committee to align cross-functional processes. Working closely with IT can help coordinate roadmaps and resources, understand budget responsibilities, utilize purchase tools, review administration requirements, and also identify support-specific approval needs. For example, if support needs to implement an integrated collaboration tool, using a corporate standard is always best because participation across departments is essential. Also, IT may also be able to help with project management, testing, vendor selection, etc. So you don't want to get into a situation where you're way down the path of selecting a vendor only to learn that IT needs to sign off for reasons of security or maybe corporate governance.
So yeah, partnering with IT is really, really important. And once, Patricia, we have developed a roadmap for technology investments, what do you think are the best suggested best practices, so to say, for vendor evaluation and selection?
Right. Whenever I'm seeking approval for a significant technology investment, I usually start with a business case such as this. This can help document objectives, provide a format to collect supporting information, and outline desired outcomes. In this example for advanced community search, we can see why the proposed investment makes business sense. And typically, I use supporting slides with research results, competitive information, and a return on investment analysis with a quantifiable deflection estimate. Vishal, do you have anything to add regarding a technology investment or anything regarding the business case or ROI?
Yeah, I think this is very interesting because if you ask me, a few years ago, I've actually created RFPs for my customers, right? They're like, okay, we want this, but you want to build that use case internally, and there's a process to do RFP also. Can you help us define the requirements and just document the RFP as well? But if you ask me, in the last 1 or 2 years, I've seen that customers have actually become more aware. I think they know what they want. And this is again like on the basis of, as a vendor, I'm just telling you what we've been seeing and observing. So in the last 1 or 2 years, I've seen customers are very aware. They know what they want. They've done their homework. They've done their research. For us, largely the conversations are more about let's talk about the ROI. Okay, even if it is a prospect or a customer, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, some hard numbers are very important to build that case. And that's where I think our focus at Searchify always has been that, okay, we talk about the experience, we talk about the other things as well. Um, but let's try and convert that into some sort of a dollar value at the end of the day, put that on the table, and then you try and make that use case for your executives. This one example is more like a high level ROI calculation that we generally try and do with our prospects or customers on the self-service side. So if you see, there are certain parameters which are actually adding up to the cost of the case. It could be the number of agents you have in the team, the salaries you're paying, right? The churn rate, there's the cost of training, the trainer as well. And there are like few things obviously which are not included here, like you end up paying for the tools as well. I mean, the licenses that you're paying for other tools like ticketing system or CRM, all those things as well. But I think on a top level, something like this for a SaaS company, which is sitting in a range of SMB to enterprise and a cost per case of about $200, they get a saving of about $500,000 to $1 million fairly quickly after the implementation. So I think these are the numbers where we see our champions are very confident when they go back to their executives and put up the case. And that has been our this thing as well. Obviously, as I said, I mean, there are other things also on the support agent side, the productivity improvements, which are like hard to, I would say, measure. But this is something which you can easily put together and build that. So yeah, I mean, ROI, honestly, if you ask me, is extremely important, especially stuff how it has been changing nowadays. Yeah.
One thing I'd like to add on the ROI, I love this calculation. I love that you have this on your website. When explaining this to executives, they always want to say, oh, first off, they'll see the numbers and they'll think it's too high, right? So they'll say, oh, you can't achieve that much. So sometimes it can invalidate it. And what's important is that you show that the ROI is on future scale. So it's not that you're cutting current headcount, it's that you're able to scale in the future more efficiently.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's all about the future, and at times you're right. We get this question that you'll not be able to beat those numbers, and then obviously you have to validate some of that with research that you're seeing from the other industry analysts like TSI or other organizations, which tells you that okay, if you do the right job with your content, then a technology like that can easily help you get a deflection of about 5 to 10%. And I mean, I remember obviously not for Searchify, but probably 8 or 9 years ago, we did the same exercise with you at Mercato as well. And yeah, I think I think as I said, if you focus on the right things, like you focus on your content, if you focus on doing good analysis of your new versus known, you do a good job in terms of tagging the stuff, and then I think you deploy a good, decent findability engine, and that is going to help you.
Yeah, definitely. ROI is very, very important. And as Vishal shared a few examples here, Patricia, would you like to share any examples or references for the technology requirements summary?
Of course, once you're past that business case and the business decides that the technology is worth investing or looking to pursue this investment, it's time to collect the business requirements from end users and stakeholders. In this example, we really summarize how the requirements align with the business case, and this was really put together to communicate with the stakeholders.
So definitely it's important to collate the business requirements. And finally, to close this process, Patricia, what does a vendor evaluation summary or scoring system look like?
Sure. The vendor evaluation lists all the requirements or user features. We rank them by importance, and then we score them against the vendor and how well they can deliver to those requirements. In addition to end user requirements, IT may have corporate standards that need to be met, such as security considerations, enterprise scale, deployment methodology, and maybe supported platforms. Finally, price and value need to be measured. The best practice is to get a wide range of input on the vendor scores, average up all the results. Once that's tallied, it should point to the best vendor to fit your business needs.
So get wide range of input on the vendor scores and average the results. That's really important. And Patricia, how can businesses differentiate their automation investments to meet the premium support needs effectively rather than applying automation across all support levels? How can they tailor their automation strategy to cater specifically to premium support requirements?
A common misconception by finance or the executive leaders is that premium support is 100% assisted and technology investment is not needed to automate the premium experience. However, nothing could be further from the truth. While your standard customers will benefit from automating support processes, authenticating and identifying your premium customers is required to provide a personalized experience, access premium features, facilitate priority routing, and to deliver to accelerated service level targets. Once the basic premium workflows are in place, you can continue to enhance premium experience. For example, personalized account pages, real-time service reports, advanced profile access, and premium session scheduling, to name a few.
Perfect. And Patricia, given where we are with the emergence of generative AI, we are talking about large language models. How important is it for support ROI to leverage new AI technologies?
Well, we all know that there's been a lot of talk around AI and using large language models. And
Yes.
It's important to note that there is a large upside for ROI for support, for community search, using chatbots, leveraging this new AI technology. And from a support perspective, we've been using similar tools to drive online case deflection for more than 2 decades. Really starting in the early 2000s, using pre-programmed or scripted responses, which may have driven more customer frustration than solutions. Up to 2020, machine learning chatbots were more effective at answering unique customer questions. However, complex knowledge repositories, systems integration, it really led to a 43% industry-wide implementation success rate. The new AI technology provides an excellent opportunity to improve the customer experience and drive community issue resolution. Now we need a secure platform to utilize LLM with an acceptable proprietary content framework. One of the most full-featured platforms enabling cognitive search, support and community efficiency tools, and search analytics is Search Unify. So Vishal, can you share any of the cases for large language models to help customer support?
Sure. I mean, LLMs are new to everybody, to us as well, but all of us have seen that level of excitement for this technology. And I still remember when some of these LLM technologies like OpenAI were actually launched, everybody just thought that, okay, this is probably the end to all the content findability challenges now. Not just the findability, but you can probably generate new knowledge base as well now very easily. And the day you saw hallucination and all that sort of things happening, where you cannot trust the response which is coming from these public LLM models, that's where everybody was like, okay, now hold on, we have to just step back and see if this is the right fit for enterprises, or I mean, can you really risk your end customer experience with deploying any technology like that off the shelf? So I think LLMs are great. I mean, in terms of the kind of content they've looked at, we all need to understand their limitations, right? At the end of the day. So I mean, before I even talk about the use cases, so we have to see like, okay, they are outdated. They've not been trained to the current point of time. They've not been they've not looked at your all of your content copy in terms of like some content in enterprises which is gated. LLMs have never seen that content. They don't understand your user, which means that there's no personalization inbuilt in these LLM models. So there are some limitations. You'll have to understand why those hallucinations and incorrect responses and those kind of things are happening. But despite saying all of that, there are strong linguistic capabilities that LLMs are offering, right? And that is where the core strength of the LLMs are, which we have to exploit for the support industry as well. Which is why I think there are like some use cases, like doing the case summarization, or doing sentiment analysis on top of the kind of feedback that you're getting on cases, um, or assisting the knowledge generation as well, not completely automating it, but really setting that context and draft for a new knowledge article. And last but not the least is actually generating those holistic responses as a direct answer to a customer query versus set of search results. So there are immense possibilities. The only caution here is that you have to be careful in terms of how do you integrate with LLM technology. And if you ask me, at this point of time, the industry is suggesting, the experts are suggesting two different approaches to solve this problem of hallucination with LLMs. One is that obviously you pick a LLM off the shelf, you retrain it, you show it all the content that you have with you. And that is very expensive. It is resource computationally expensive, as well as can give you a strong hit on the cost as well. But the other thing is that it takes a lot of time as well, and you can't do that every day. And you don't have that skill set as well within your organization. So the second approach is, I would say, slightly easier, which is more of deploying LLM technology on top of a good lookup search engine. And in the ideal world, it has to be a vector search engine. And what it does is that essentially, when a user makes a query, you go back to your local search engine first, you build a context, you try and ring fence the LLM that, okay, this is where you have to respond from. You really cannot go outside these boundaries. You define that using a local search engine, and then you integrate it in LLM technology. And once you get the response, still there is not 100% surety that it is not going to hallucinate. So add another layer of validation before you dump anything in front of your customers. At Searchify, our approach has been the same. In fact, we just go a step ahead since we are federated from day one, and we want to leverage the power of LLM of generating answers from multiple sources, multiple repositories. We go with the frag approach, which is that you federate and then do a retrieval augmented generation. And this has been producing excellent results in the last 1 or 2 months, the kind of pilot programs we've been doing with our customers. As far as I think the LLM technology is concerned, you don't want to create another LLM. I think every other week or month you're seeing new LLM technology coming up. But the idea is, how do you enable that integration in your existing setup, as I said in the past as well. And that's where, at least at Searchify, our direction has been. You bring your own LLM, you plug with your public LLM like OpenAI Bard, or you go through our secure partner-hosted LLM integrations. Or let's say if you've trained something off the shelf yourself within your infrastructure, you plug that with our search, and you can start leveraging the best of both the world. So it's still new, but we've seen some positive results, and these are like very encouraging in findability as well as in knowledge generation, as well as generating those natural language powered insights as well. So everywhere we can see a lot of value coming. Yeah.
So, wow, Vishal, thank you. This was very elaborate and very, very insightful. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Vishal, for this wonderful episode, for your valuable insights. And it's a wrap to this episode. And for the next episode, which is a really special one, which is the last episode, Ask Me Anything, where you can send your questions and Patricia will be there to answer. Thank you once again for tuning in. And until next time, stay curious and keep supporting your customers with excellence. For any questions, feedback, please drop a line at customerserviceshow@searchunify.com. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.